Here we're going to wind a ball of yarn. It's one of the most basic and first things I do with the children, and we use it all through their knitting and sewing and crochet career, basically. So yarn comes in skeins or bigger balls or hanks or in different ways, but to make it usable, we're going to wind it into a ball. Start with the end. I'm going to go around 2 fingers, and I'm going to keep a space between those fingers so it doesn't get tighter and tighter and tighter, right? You don't want to start cutting the circulation off. So I keep a space between the 2 fingers. I'm holding the beginning of the yarn there, and I'm just going round and round and round and round like this. A couple of times, maybe, I don't know, 10 to 15 times. And then I take it off, turn it round. I give it a little twist. You don't have to. And now I'm going to go around my finger and the ball of yarn. And this keeps the yarn springy and elastic. One of the very best things about working with wool yarn for beginners is that it is giving. It's forgiving. It stretches just a little bit, much more than synthetics or cotton. So again, around 10 to 15 times, take it off, switch it around and go round. Maybe I'm going around 2 fingers now. That's okay too. You'll notice I'm going up, over, down and back towards me. And there are those who've studied these things who say this is a very kind of a healthful, soothing way to wind. Some children don't quite have the idea of working with hands as pairs. So even though it's a very simple sort of an activity, it's a very valuable activity for children to do. Round and round and round. So try to hold one hand still, this hand still, while this hand moves, right? And go up, over, down and back towards you. Turn the ball of yarn around a little bit. You see my thumb is still in there somewhere. My finger might get in there. So it's a nice, soft ball of yarn. If you wind it too tight, you're going to lose the elasticity. So round and round and round and round like this, moving it. Okay, this is not very methodical at the moment. It's fun when the children get a little bit older to get a bit more methodical. But at the very beginning, we're just going round and round. We're not turning the ball of yarn around like that. We're holding the ball of yarn, winding the yarn around it. And you might try it yourself. It is a different feeling if you're winding up and over and away from you, or if you're winding towards you, or if you're holding with one hand and winding with the other, or if you're doing this kind of thing. This is so much slower and so much less precise. I'm going to pull some more yarn out, and then I'm going to show you how I finish off the yarn at the end so it doesn't get tangled. In my book, Teaching Through Stories, there is a little story about Jane and Jeremy's yarn that wasn't tucked in as well as it should be at the end, which I'm going to show you now. And the cat got hold of it and made a big tangle under the dining room table. So after that, what they did, they learned how to tuck in the end, kind of like a mouse tail hiding, so that the cat wouldn't find it. So here I am at the end here. I'm going to pull the last winding bit a little tighter, and then I'm going to tuck this in kind of like the mouse trying to hide away, folded piece, like this. Tuck it under a couple of strands of yarn, and here's the mouse tail sticking out, so that you can find where to start. I don't actually go around and around, because then when you pull it out to start, you've got a little knot. But this way, once you've found the mouse tail, all you have to do is pull it out and off you go. You can use the ball of yarn. So I hope you enjoy winding many, many balls of yarn. There we go. Nice little ball of yarn ready to be used. Thank you.